Hey everyone, my name is Alex, and today with me I have
Jim.
and we are reviewing Titanfall. God, that laugh was loud. No, Titanfall for the Xbox One, because...
And PC.
And PC, of course, yes. Can't forget that. So, Titanfall is a first-person shooter, multiplayer only, kind of, pretty much. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's multiplayer only, and... that's it, you know.
I got a challenge for you.
What's my challenge?
What's the story of this game?
I was going to make the same joke, but... Okay, let's try and do this. You got two warring factions in the future, in space. The IMC and the militia. The IMC are the sort of big baddies, like the sort of big government thing. Like, you know, Star Wars, like they're the Empire, basically.
Yeah.
But less cool. Way more shit,
but there's a South African guy, so it's all good.
And they are going around sort of terraforming or something. They're like on planets, because fuel is like the most important resource or something, isn't it? Isn't that the sort of idea?
Yeah.
So they go planet to planet, sort of getting all the resources from the planet or something like that, and then the militia, of course.
Yeah.
The rebels are pissed about that for some reason. So
they're
why are they rebels?
Because they're the good guys. They're
'Cause they're the
American,
goodies?
so they're good guys.
And they fight, and that's the story of Titanfall. I'm gonna get this out here right now. Wait, they have the campaign mode and the multiplayer mode, and that's it. And they split it up into two. Multiplayer mode's just, you know, normal multiplayer. You got your whole deal. But the campaign mode is like... is shit. It's
not exactly like... It doesn't do anything... It's not like it's boring
it's
or
like
anything.
they have something there. They're like, so close.
Yeah, the actual, like... The oil thing, that's kind of realistic.
What, the way that... what's the oil thing?
Like, the fact that that's what their world revolves around.
And the way they're fighting over it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so unclear what's going on because there's no cutscenes. It's all through audio.
Yeah, which a lot of the time you're not even listening to because you're talking to your friends or whatever.
Or you're trying to play the damn objective.
And you're fucking shouting at the TV because you got killed by some bitch with a pistol or some shit.
Yeah, that's the thing though. I mean, there's 9 missions, and... it's either, you know, normal Slayer or deathmatch or whatever. What do they call it? Attrition. Or the domination one.
Yeah.
And it's just like random, either one of those now and again for 9 missions, and then it ends and it's like, hurrah, you finished the campaign on like a screenshot thing, like a drawing. And then it's like, why don't you go back and do it as the other side?
Yeah, I hate that you actually have to do that to get the other Titans.
Yeah, so to get your customizable class, like to be able to customize which Titan you want to use, you have to finish campaigns both sides, and you can't actually search for a game in a specific... You can't search for an IMC game or a militia game. You have to search for just whatever, which is kind of a pain in the ass. But yeah, the campaign's not exactly good, and they were really close because there are moments in there that are just... so amazing. Like they're really cool because
they just look.
They are really good at animating. The animations in this game and the way everything flows and looks and moves is really cool. Like they've got like aliens and weird monsters in the maps.
Yeah,
on some
I'd
of them.
like those to be a bigger deal.
But yeah,
they don't even attack you. They just attack the other AI.
You can sort of interact with them a little bit. Like you can shoot at them and stuff.
Yeah,
and you get
a
points.
hit marker.
But yeah, it's like, for me, this whole game feels like it's a bit bare bones overall. But I also feel like it's a really good foundation for a first game. Like, when you look back at, say, like Halo 1, there's like nothing in that game. And then Halo 2 built on it, Halo 3, and now it's at this point where it's got all this stuff. So now I'm looking forward to Titanfall 2 way more. Because this game's lacking in certain areas that would personally make it a bit more, I don't know, worth the full price. But in saying that, though, it's still worth the price.
If you're the kind of person that likes multiplayer.
If you like multiplayer. And I'm not particularly fond of multiplayer myself. Like, I'll take a good single player over a multiplayer game any day. But yeah, I it was sort of like a curve of enjoyment for me. Like, it was first day, it's like really high, and then it goes down. So like, okay, I've sort of experienced this whole thing. I did both the campaigns. I played a bit of normal multiplayer, seen all the maps, and then it was like, okay. But now I'm getting into it more now that I've got a couple of other game types I've been trying out and stuff. But we haven't even talked about the gameplay, which is the best thing in Titanfall by far.
Yeah.
Because this game, it screams balance. Like, everything has its place and works really well without being frustrating. Like, you know, like Battlefield, yeah, they have to patch all the time because they've got so much stuff in there. Like, if you're complaining, like, oh, there's not enough guns or players or, you know, Titans or whatever, it's like, no. They've built this game around balance and around it, everything working and having its place, like the rock paper scissors thing. Like,
yeah,
I think it's, and the gameplay, like the way you have the parkour, without it being like just nothing, you know, like I don't know what's it, like Crisis or something, you know, they've sort of like look at the parkour and it's just nothing, but this it's like. Everything flows really well. You move really naturally and well.
The wall running and everything just... It's not hard. Like, Mirror's Edge is another free-running game. I'm not a fan of that. But with that, you'll find yourself stopping and then being like, okay, what am I going to do? Am I going to hang off this wall for 10 minutes and stare at a wall? But in this, it's like you just sort of bolt it forwards, running away from Titans and all that, which works really well with the interiors of the buildings, hiding from Titans. And
the maps are really well designed.
Yeah, really well designed. There's like 1 out of, was it 15 or 14 maps that I don't like?
I like all the maps. I don't think any of them are like outright bad. You know?
No.
Like most multiplayer, you have like that map that's like, I'm quitting. I don't want to play this map. It's terrible. But I think it's important to note, though, when you would think just from like... If you had no idea what Titanfall was and someone explained it to you, you'd be like, why would I want to be a pilot when I could be in a giant robot?
Yeah.
But they've set it up so you can still take down a Titan as long as you're not an idiot and run out right in front of them. But yeah, it's just really balanced. And the way they managed to... That's why I can sort of forgive the other things in there, like the lack of campaign and all the other sort of simple things that you'd expect to be in there, because you can tell it's not like they've just sort of shit this out without it being...
Yeah.
You can tell what they focused on, which is the gameplay and just the the maps and everything, getting it working.
If you compare it to other multiplayer games, I mean, like Halo, Battlefield, COD, all of the multiplayer-focused games, you will get angry pretty quick, or at least I do.
All those games you mentioned, I've been mad at least once.
More
the
than
thing
once
is,
in my
with
case.
all of those, though, maybe excluding Battlefield or COD, you have campaign or like a co-op mode to play when you're mad with multiplayer.
Yeah, well,
with this, it's like I don't really have anything else.
What Titanfall does well is it makes you not angry. I find I really rarely get angry because there's all these AI people running around, which are just easy points. And if you're getting pissed off with people, just get a silenced weapon and just run around killing those guys.
Which is kind of annoying that there's not like a horde mode or a private mode where you can just sort of practice against, because they've got like all the groundwork in there. They've got AI Titans. I don't think they have the AI pilots, but you would think that, you know, like COD and, you know, Gears and all that, they've got the ability to just play privately now, and you can just play that like with the choosing the difficulty and everything, and make the fun yourself, like when you're frustrated with multiplayer, but you don't really have a choice with this.
Yeah, I think like a co-op survival, anything like that could have just benefited.
Hopefully in the sequel they'll add it, or maybe DLC or something.
Yeah, I'd like that very much.
And if you're worried about it being 6v6, just don't be, because it's not a problem at all.
It's chaotic enough. I mean,
when I played Battlefield 3 on the 360, I got really frustrated because you're just running around on this giant map and you can't find anyone, and it's just shit.
Yeah, I mean Battlefield 4, I found that. You'd think they would have like refined it by now, but still, there's too much just like dead time of you
Yeah.
doing nothing.
But in the
this
maps
game,
in this
it's
game,
constant.
they're big maps. Like, some of them are significantly quite huge, but you can always find something. If it's, it could be an AI, but you could just ignore them completely. I mean, there's a game type where you don't even, like, the kills for the AI don't count towards the score of the overall game, so it doesn't even matter. But again, there are only 5 game types, is it, or 4?
Yeah.
Which is like, you're a multiplayer game, come on. Which is what, you got the Slayer attrition thing where you're just killing people.
Hard point, the domination, capture the flag.
All the AI stuff. No, not AI. All the multiplayer sort of stuff you'd expect, but with one game type, which is which is different. It's basically, what's it called, Last Man Standing, where you have one life.
Yeah,
you can't respawn.
It's like search and destroy from COD.
But unlike all the other game types, you spawn in a Titan, so you're already in your Titan, and you have to go around, and it's just Titan v Titan. Then I'd like them to experiment more with game types. Like, I saw this cool sort of idea that, what if they had like a game type where you're not allowed to touch the floor and you have to use the parkour, so you're just running around and you have no choice.
Yeah, I always thought a hide and seek game type would be really good.
Yeah, so take note, Respawn, and for the next one, add more stuff. But yeah, I reckon this game is going to be like significantly better in a few months, because they're already rolling out patches to fine tune everything even more. And it doesn't have like private matches or anything, but I don't really give a shit about that. But some people, that's like, fuck this game, whatever.
1 out of 10.
They are adding that in. They're adding other things in, more game types and stuff. There's like a season pass and stuff, so more DLCs coming out. So what else is there to talk about? The sound, that's all really good.
Yeah,
you got all the guns have nice sounds.
Yeah, and there's like pretty noticeable music.
Yeah, like
playing throughout.
I find that in most multiplayer games now, it's just sort of silent, and you're just running around, and it's not very cinematic. I don't know if that's the right word, or it makes it. Yeah, there's like a gap, something stopping you from really being absorbed into whatever this place is. But with this, they do have music in there, and it's like it makes
it's sort of like a crescendo, so it gets louder and louder towards the end.
Yeah, and it heightens the moment. And at the end of most of the game types,
every game type isn't actually
apart from the Titan one. Depending on if you win or lose. If you lose, you have to escape in a like little pod like thing, and you have to run there and get there and wait for it to appear and jump in it, and then you can warp away if you make it in time. But the other team can blow it up, so I really like that sort of thing.
It's just chaotic, like sprint for survival.
Yeah. So I think in sequels they can definitely improve on this, in updates, DLC. So that's what I'm looking forward to, because I'm happy with how it is, but at the same time, I'm kind of disappointed.
It's not that what we have is bad. It's that what we have.
I mean, it's a lot of maps for a multiplayer game.
Yeah.
Like, compared to other ones, there are at least like 6 more than a normal multiplayer game. Like, but then at the same time, other games have like a campaign and other things as well. Types. Yeah. So, it's weird, this one. Like, I do really like it, but it's not but then I'm not a big multiplayer person either, so I haven't really gotten to a multiplayer since Halo Reach. Like, I just play them for a bit, and then it's like, okay, I'm done with this now. I'm going to go and move on to something single player, which I can really sort of dig into. But, yeah, what do you think of, like, the graphics and stuff?
It looks good. It's not, like, mind-blowing. The frame rate is, like...
Frame rate's pretty damn good most of the time.
Frame rate's constantly, like, 60. PC people will be like, oh, not quite 240, but it'll do.
It looks like... it kind of does look like COD, but with much better textures and much more refinement.
It's brighter as well. Like, there's this map, there's shallow water everywhere. It looks like something from
Assassin's Creed 4, yeah.
But that looks really nice.
Yeah. Actually, there is one thing that kind of annoys me, is that, like, when you... Like in every multiplayer, when you create a class, like you change your classes and you customize them yourself. But in this one, like, you can't name your classes. You can't.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
It's like, come on, it's just a tiny little thing that, you know, we just expect now, and you guys invented this damn multiplayer, like in COD 4. Everyone's been copying you now. Like, come on, you should be the ones doing this the best. You should be showing, you know, how the, and I think they have sort of I think games from now, I think a lot of multiplayer games are going to sort of start copying the way the sort of fundamental mechanics in this work.
Yeah. Well,
because it is so balanced and it works so well. In like, it really does remind me of like Halo or Gears. Like, they're my favorite multiplayers because they are so balanced. There is the rock paper scissors. You can go into a situation and you know if you're going to win or lose usually.
Yeah, and
like,
it's not like 90% of the time if you die it's down to you.
Yeah, like, yeah, most of the time, like, unless it's like lag or whatever. Like, if you see a Titan over there with a sniper and you've got like a machine gun, you can pretty confidently just boost over there, get to him and gun him down with no problem, because they're the opposite of your rock paper scissors thing, so you can destroy them.
But yeah, vice versa, then it works the other way.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the best thing about this game. It's the gameplay, by far.
Yeah.
Like, some things you got your story or your campaign or whatever, but this, it's just the pure gameplay. Like, you complain all you want, but when you go back into it, it's like you just get lost in it. And games are only like 10, 15 minutes long each, but they just fly by and you don't even think about it. And yeah, I think the gameplay is just the best thing here, and it really does. Like, should you buy an Xbox One for Titanfall? Maybe not, but if you're thinking about getting one anyway, now's the perfect time. I mean, especially if you're in the UK, because it comes with the console.
And you get it for slightly less as well.
Slightly less, yeah. I mean, it's $3.99 with the game. It's pretty damn good. So, yeah, certainly Titanfall is damn good for a first game, new franchise, new IP. Do you think it's quite like Gears 1? Like, you know, Gears 1 was the big new thing on 360, which...
Well, no.
It's different, isn't it?
I think PC had a smaller install base back then.
I don't know.
Maybe, but a lot of people are going to be getting this on PC. It's like...
I also think it's going to sell Xbox Ones. Definitely.
Yeah.
Like, people have been waiting
for people
this.
that can't be bothered with the PC
like me.
stuff.
Like, fuck that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a damn good game. It's definitely worth the money, I'd say.
Yeah.
It definitely has problems though that are very easy to pick out. It's not really, you can't really argue the problems with this game. Like, if someone's got them, you can't. Yeah. It's not like an opinion thing. It's like, why isn't this in here? It should be in here. Get on it. Do it. And that's Titanfall. I mean, what do you give it? What do you say in the end?
If you're into multiplayer stuff, it's buy it full price. Definitely, just go for it.
And you're someone who's played a couple of Call of Duties, a couple of Battlefields, so you know on that sort of front.
This game is, I'd play it over them by far.
Yeah, like, because I don't like COD or Battlefield, despite this game sort of, the gunplay is very similar to COD.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy this one because they're a giant, huge mechs that drop out the sky.
It's like two games in one.
It is, yeah. But it works so well.
Yeah.
And the way, just the animations and the music and the sound and everything, it works so well.
It's a lot more immersive.
So I want to see... I would love to see a campaign. Like, COD doesn't need a campaign, but this does, because this world's actually interesting.
Yeah. And
there's stuff going on that's like, I want to see more of this. I thought to myself, you know, Star Wars Battlefront 2, the way they set up that, the way that campaign works. Because that's it's just multiplayer, but in single player, sort of, because you can just go against AI in that game. Why can't you do that here? And then you can do sort of special moments, like where a giant monster comes in. And
if they just had like parts where you did you just have to kill people or whatever, and then if it tells you to go to a specific point when it has those set pieces that all modern games have, then it would link like the freedom of multiplayer. Yeah. If they did everything co-op, because I wouldn't want like single player only.
And like what Angry Joe pointed out, it would be really cool if like one of the giant monsters just fell down from the background and into the map and just changed the entire map. So it fundamentally completely changed how the entire map was.
Or
that could
if
be
it was
really
like
cool.
If that was a whole mission, just you going against that, and then you kill it, and then it falls down, then maybe some smaller things come.
So they've like opened this window now, and they can just do anything. And I'll be really fucking pissed if they just do the same thing again
Yeah.
and don't really add anything. Because they've got this gameplay down now. Like, they're set. Like, they can make this, like, perfect fucking game, and it's right there, and it's just down to them now, so...
It's just a stone's throw away.
Yeah, so buy this game, not giving scores anymore, because fuck scores, stupid.
Yeah.
Listen to what we just said,
Stuff.
and if you agree with... If it sounds interesting to you, if you got your PC or your Xbox 360... your Xbox One or sat there, and the 360 version is coming out soon. I reckon it's going to be very similar, but they've pushed it back because they want to get all the attention on the Xbox One version, so people go out and buy it, so because they feel like they have to have it. So yeah, that's Titanfall. Damn good game for a new IP. Go buy it
If you want it.
if that sounds good. If what we said sounds good. So thanks for listening. Goodbye.
Ciao.